So the trigger ball looks a bit like this. You can also use tennis ball. Quite sort of hard is good if it's a smooth surface. And the aim of these is to think more about the fascia, the tissue that's around your organs and muscles are like a web. It's like a nice protective layer that covers your major organs and muscles. And what that does sometimes is get quite embedded or quite tight. So the trigger points, so places where we're like, oh, can feel that pinch, can feel that ache. And the whole aim of one of these is to stimulate the fascia. So to help release, relieve, and relax the fascia in the body so that we have a more protective layer returning to support us. And what you can do, you can certainly have these around the hands. So think of like reflexology in the hands and feet. So the different points in the foot and the hands responds to the whole body. So if you think about the back and the front of the hand corresponds with the front and back of the body. The sole of the foot is the whole of the posterior chain, and the top of the foot is all to do with the front. So we'll try and stimulate in different ways. I'll do mostly seated, but some standing if you want to have a go at doing some of that with me and just see how it feels. My one I'm using is sort of a halfway point, so it has spikes, but it's a softer version. You can get them really quite tough. So really hard ones, different sizes. Usually you can buy them in packs of 3 to 5 different ones. Some of them have a bit of resilience, some of them have none. So it's to do with your pain threshold a little bit as well. But if in doubt, just use a tennis ball because that's a good introduction. So let's come round to your seat. So we'll start with the hands. So we're rolling the hand. And we're making sure we go in a nice circular motion with one of the hands. So just taking it round both ways. So this is into the palm of the hand, then up and down the fingers, and up and down the thumb, and then just into this sort of joint of the thumb where we sometimes hold if we've been holding a pen. And then make your way over to the back of the hand, little rolls, ease into it, where you feel that need. You can apply as much pressure as you want to, up and down the fingers, and the thumb. And then the joints inside, so where you've got your thumb, I'll come a bit closer so you can see, the thumb and the forefinger. You're going to just add a little bit of a push. If your ball is small enough and you want to use your ball, you can. And then release it. So you're just going to push it. Feel that work all the way up the arm. And then release it. So what that's doing is the gateway. It's trying to release up the arm. But you can also massage. So you can roll up towards the shoulder. And then back down again. You can also get inside of the arm if you want to. Don't focus on the joint itself, just stimulating. We'll do that one more time. So down the back of the arm, inside of the arm, and once more. That's good. So all this is doing is really working. Just stimulating, just waking everything up. And then into that shoulder, into the back. If you want to, you can use these against a wall and roll into it, or on the floor if you prefer as well. And then we'll go to the other hand. So we'll do the rolling both ways and up and down the fingers. So So this is something simple you can do if you're feeling any repetitive strain, any tension in the hands and wrists. I'll follow with a few stretches you can do as well. Then to the back of the hand, up and down the fingers. Keep that there. And then up and down the arms. You're just taking it, rolling it through. And then back up again. So you've got that real stimulation. One more there. That's brilliant. And then when you come back to the shoulder, just have a bit of a circle around there. Feel that work. It's just where I need it today. And if you're feeling comfortable, you can do a few rolls across the top, just below the clavicle, just below the collarbone, just above the pectoral muscles. And then we work our way down. But just before we do, find that gateway on the opposite hand. Forgot to add that one in. So you can just add a bit of pressure and release. One more. You might prefer this. You might just prefer just rolling that ball. Okay. Then we'll go from the hips. We're going to roll down the inside and back round. So just, again, it's kind of the seam line of your trouser leg, or the IT band, ilio-tibia band, that runs from the hip down towards the knee. So you're not actually rolling on the knee, just above it and back. That's good. And then switch. So this is just an introduction to where you can do that stimulation. All the way back. One more. Really good. And hold there. Okay, and you can do just rolling. Like, this actually warms up the body really nicely without even having to move much. You can do squishes and releases. Really good exercise for the hands. Grip and release. And then if we put the ball to the floor, we'll come down to the floor in a moment with the underneath the foot. Other things you can do, so you can just do your gripping, pushing, action. This is really good, just if you get achy wrists, I definitely do. And I know it's linked to how much I use my phone for different things. It's used for everything. And how sometimes I hold it, I know exactly where it's coming from. Okay, and then you can add pushing, lifting, stretching, opening and circling. So coming in, pushing, lifting, opening, circling. Just a few more of these. Feels so good doing this for me. And yet I don't do it enough. Well done. Last one of these. So that ball now should be on the floor. This is a really good thing to do every day, especially if you're at your desk. But even if you're not, you might have done a lot of walking, other exercise, your type of job that moves around, stands up. If you're standing up for long hours sometimes, this is exactly what you need. So all you're doing is stimulating under the foot. You again apply. You can do this standing, which I'll show you shortly. Go for the circles. And then go for gripping. So the toes pushing and pulling. Just make sure I relax my arms. Then into that ball of the foot. Then into the arch of the foot. You can roll it or push it, and then around that heel, which might need more of a roll. Brilliant. And then any way you like. And then switch. So up and down. Go at your speed, your pace. circle round both ways, and then the gripping. So gripping the toes around that spiky area or just into the ball. Roll it then into that ball of the foot, into the arch, and then into the heel. So these are things you can do sitting down, and again you're strengthening the ankle by moving it, keeping it mobile, circulation around the body with all this movement with the ball, and stimulating that fascia. Okay, so if you're happy to stand, let's just try doing that same combination standing. If you need to hold your chair, you can. Make sure your surface underneath has a bit of friction, like a mat or the carpet, not the slidey laminate flooring, wooden flooring you might have where you are. Then do the gripping now and just start to add a bit of a squat with it. Mine's really giving in the weight because it's a soft one, yours might not be. Into that ball of the foot, into the arch, and then into the heel. So you can do the rolling or just push. And I just wanted to introduce you to wearing your ball like a heel. So you've got the ball underneath the heel, step the other leg to the side, big inhale, reach those arms up, then lower and roll forwards and down, just as far as you want to go, breathing in and out. Feel that pressure underneath the foot. Breathe in, breathe out, lift. Do that again. You might want to change where the ball is under the foot. And only go as far as you want to go with that. Breathe in, breathe out to come back up, restack. And then place that foot where you're comfortable. You might want to keep both feet into the floor. We're going to go into just a little squat. Keep the knees running forwards, squeeze up. So there you've got much more pressure underneath parts of the foot. Well done. Let's change sides. Switch over. If you need to come to the other side of your chair, you can. Roll around. This should be really making a bit of a sort of fuzzy feeling, pins and needly kind of feeling, but it's not something that stays. It does go. And it's an indicator that you have done all the right things for the intention of using these balls. Go into the spike, into the ball, into that arch, and into the heel. It might feel easier standing. Some people find it's better, but you can always sit down again if you want to. This next one is the roll down. So you reach those arms up, pushing into the ball, breathe out, lower the head, and just go as far as you feel you can go. Breathe in, breathe out, lift up. Breathe in, breathe out once again. Going down towards the floor. And then coming all the way up. And then as you get there, go for some squats. Pushing down and up. How does that feel? It might feel stronger one side. You might hold your body more than you realise in one leg than the other. Length of your leg is a factor here as well, because that can determine how you hold your posture. But I hope that has been a really good introduction. And just to finish, what you can do with the ball is to get into the ankle and the shins and calf muscle by just continuing to massage up and down. You might have really felt that from doing some of that standing stuff. Top of the foot, don't neglect it. If you're wearing socks, you might not notice. I can see, because I've got bare feet, the different pressure points in my foot imprinted into my foot. Switch it over. So you can do the shin, but it's the calf that might want it. And you can do this on your mat. If you're happy to go down to the floor and roll over it like a foam roller. So that is another session for another time. We won't be doing today. So there you've got some really simple ways of building a trigger release ball into your workout. I hope you enjoyed that. See you soon.